sometimes unavoidable, like when we're stopped at traffic lights, but a lot of the idling we do is unnecessary.
Here's some common myths about idling, followed by the facts.
Engine idling myths and facts. This doesn't concern me.
The average person idles for 5 to 10 minutes each day, emitting harmful pollutants that are directly inhaled by people nearby. These pollutants include carbon monoxide and particulates, as well as toxic chemicals such as benzene. And idling uses 4% of U.S. oil, amounting to over $20 billion every year.
Here's the myth.
It takes more gas to turn your engine on and off than it does to leave it idling.
Here's the fact.
Modern engines do not take any significant gas to start, whereas when you're idling, you're using gas continuously.
So please just turn it off.
I shut my truck off every time I get out, even if it's going to be for a minute, because gas is expensive.
Here's another common myth.
Warming up the car is smart. It's good for the engine.
And here's the fact.
Warming up your car before driving is not a good idea. It causes a lot of extra wear in your engine and wastes gas.
U.S. Department of Energy research shows that driving off versus idling causes a lot less air pollution. So I bundle up, start, and go.
Here's the myth.
When I'm waiting, I have no choice.
And here's the fact.
I adjust for the weather so I don't have to run the engine constantly, and then I time it so that I don't get here early. And we carpool with the neighbors so that's less cars that have to wait.
If it looks like I'm going to be in line for a while, I turn the car off. No need to idle constantly to keep the temperature comfortable.
Here's the myth.
Trucks and buses have to idle to keep the heat or air conditioning running.
And here's the fact.
Here at the University of Michigan, we've installed supplemental heaters on our buses to avoid idling and still be able to maintain comfortable temperatures in the buses.
Here's another common myth.
It's okay to idle as long as it's not cars and trucks.
But the fact is,
most small engines are air-cooled. Sitting idle causes the engines to overheat, which produces undue wear on the engine, which also will raise emissions. Removing fuel at the end of the season is best done with a siphon pump similar to this one. You put one end of this into the fuel tank and the other end into a storage container, and you pump this to remove the fuel. That way you don't have to run it until it runs out of gasoline.
here's the myth.
Idling has nothing to do with climate change.
And here's the fact.
Idling in the U.S. produces approximately 100 billion pounds of CO2 each year.
And this myth, last but not least.
Idling is not a public health issue.
But unfortunately, the fact is,
due to their young age and developing bodies, children are particularly vulnerable to air pollution.
like smoking cigarettes, idling hurts not only you, but others around you.
Can you please turn the car off?
Oh,
So just turn it off.